Alright, so we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and in today's video, I wanted to go over some of the most anticipated things, at least in my opinion, for 9th year anniversary, because of course the hype is starting to build up. We got all the loading screens, or the countdown loading screens for 9th year anniversary, and let me just point this out really quick. Out of all of these, I still have no clue what the theme for anniversary is going to be. I would completely understand if it's Tournament of Power. I would get it if it's the movies after Tournament of Power. I would understand if it's both Tournament of Power and the movies after Tournament of Power. Or maybe it's Tournament of Power and just the, the Broly movie. Maybe Tournament of Power and it's just the superhero movie. So I don't really know what they're doing here with these loading screens. I still got a lot of questions. So nothing is confirmed. Let's just get that out of the way first thing. We don't really know anything about Anniversary, and we're not going to know anything for sure about Anniversary until we get that live stream where they reveal the new cards and the theme and all that. So, again, nothing's confirmed. A lot of the information I'm giving in this video could be things that are completely just not coming for Anniversary, and I'm just going to look stupid after we get the Anniversary and see that this video is just wrong. But anyway, still figured it'd be a fun idea for a video. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, first off, I mean, we need a Beast Gohan, man. It's been a long time. You could see December 28th of 2020, so over a year, and still no Beast Gohan. I mean, the fact that they released this guy and thought it was okay to just give us Beast Gohan and an active skill really just shows the disrespect. I mean, we got Orange Piccolo, even though, I mean, you only get to use him for a couple turns, so it's not that crazy, but you still get to use him. And then we get this guy. Why did they think that was going to be okay? And the worst thing is, I mean, they didn't make him bad, but you could tell they held back with him. Like, again, I'm definitely an advocate for this guy being underrated. I think a lot of people say he's horrible, not even useful at all, which is wrong because this guy can be very good, but is he on the level of Orange Piccolo? Not even close. I mean, Orange Piccolo is arguably still, almost a year after his release, one of the best units in the game, and you could make an argument for the best unit in the game. And this guy probably isn't even in the top 10 anymore. So that's why I think they really held back with this guy. And we need another shot. We need another shot at Beast Gohan. They got to get their redemption going. And I think Anniversary is the perfect opportunity for that. Because, you get to make their animations crazy. You get to give us an actual playable Beast Gohan. And everyone's going to summon for it, not only because the banners are going to be really good, but because it's going to be an actual Beast Gohan. Look, that guy right there. You see him? Yeah, playable, him. Let's keep in mind, though, Dokkan could still fumble this. And if they do, I mean, what do we do? I guess we got to become a Legends channel, huh? That's where all the Beast Gohans are. We got 2 Beast Gohans over there, not a single one on Dokkan. So, please, do not fumble this. Make him good, and make him an actual playable Beast Gohan, and then I'd be happy. I think that'd be a big W for the anniversary, and just with that alone, would make it one of the best anniversaries, in my opinion, because, the whole redemption story arc would finally be finished with the release of Beast Gohan during the 9th year anniversary. But anyway, another card that I'd really like to see is a Blue Gogeta. I think it's really crazy we're, I guess, nearly 9 years into the game at this point and still don't have a standalone LR Blue Gogeta or just a standalone Blue Gogeta in general. And same thing with a full power Broly. I don't have full power Broly on here, but I guess, maybe he could work as like a Part 2 LR or something like that. And that definitely would be exciting. But a Blue Gogeta is something we really need. And I think it would make a lot of sense to have Beast Gohan and Blue Gogeta headline. Both of them extremely exciting. And it really just depends on what they want to do in terms of the themes. So if we end up getting Tournament of Power as one of the themes, then it would probably be like a Beast Gohan and then, I don't know, maybe like a UI Goku instead of a Blue Gogeta, which I'd be perfectly fine with. It makes sense for some of the EZAs that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But honestly, at the end of the day, I really don't care. As long as we get a Beast Gohan, it could be an Ultra Instinct Goku, it could be a Blue Gogeta, it could be another Orange Piccolo, whatever. As long as we get Beast Gohan, I'm chilling. Because all these other cards, I mean, they're bound to happen. Like, if we don't get Blue Gogeta for Anniversary, we're probably going to get a Blue Gogeta and a full power Broly for Worldwide Download Celebration or something like that. So all these guys are up and coming, but Beast Gohan, I'm a little scared they're just not going to release a Beast Gohan for like a long, long time. So if we get him for Anniversary, again, I feel like that would work out pretty good. And then also if they want to drop a Blue Gogeta, would be really exciting because, again, we definitely need a standalone Blue Gogeta because he's got some pretty good partners right now. We've got this guy right here, the 5th year anniversary Gogeta, who did get his EZA. And then, obviously, Fusions is never really bad. So he's got a lot of good units you could run alongside him on that category. Or I say Fusion, but you know what I mean. Like, these Fusion category-centered teams. Like, Time Limit, Final Trump Card, Fusion, Katara. I don't know. I guess, like, Fuse Fighters as well. Some of these teams where you're only really running, like, the Gogetas and Vegetos. Which, obviously, a new Gogeta would work really well on. So, definitely a good option we could see for Anniversary. And then next, you saw them in the thumbnail. We got the EZA for the 6-year anniversary LRs. This is pretty much the only thing that we kind of have semi-confirmed to be coming for the 9th year anniversary. And even at that, I really wouldn't be surprised if they just did an EZA. Like, if we don't get a UI Goku, then I think it is kind of possible maybe they'd want to skip out on their EZAs. But also, you know, they like to stay pretty consistent with EZAing the headlining anniversary LRs from, I think, 3 years back. So then, technically, if they're going in that order, these guys are going to EZA for the 9th year anniversary. But we know how Dokkan likes to be random sometimes, so I'm not going to hold my breath on anything, but it's very likely, probably, they're going to EZA. And dude, if they EZA, I mean, you guys already know UI Goku, probably still one of the best units in the game. I mean, it's crazy to say that. By no means is he top 10 or anything, but with that 70% chance to dodge, with the revive, with the crits, with the additionals, with the active skill, with the solid link set, and with all of these teams that he's on, he's overall a really, really good unit. There's like 2 things in his kit that aren't really that great. I guess his leader skill isn't necessarily amazing because it's a 170%. Of course, we like the 200% leader skills, but still, considering he released before the 200% meta, this is a good lead. And then, I guess just no defense on super. And then maybe his stats are a little low because, you know, he's aged just a bit, so his start of turn defense isn't necessarily amazing. So if you bump this up to like 180%, give him defense on super, and then, I mean, you know, if you want to make it like a high chance to do an additional, maybe make some of the restrictions a little easier to get, maybe have him build up a little bit more ki, and then get like 50% defense after he evades an attack instead of 30%. And then he's like one of the best units in the game. And by that, I mean top 3, really. Because a 70% chance to dodge is just unrestricted. You don't really get better than that. That's a 70% chance to take no damage whatsoever. Obviously, there's no guaranteed dodge. There's no thing that's worded that's higher than a great chance of dodging. So, not really a whole lot they could do with that. But, I don't know, man. Maybe if they want to make it to where he gets guaranteed dodge the first turn, he gets guaranteed dodge on his active skill or something like that. There's a whole lot they could do to make this guy really crazy. So, I think his EZA is something that's about to be absolutely insane. And he's not necessarily on only good teams. He's got some weak teams here as well. He is one of these units where they've got a lot of weak teams that they're going to help, but they've also got a lot of good teams that they're going to work very well on. So, for example, he's on tournament participants, which isn't necessarily horrible, but it could use a good release like this. He's got Entrusted Will, Bond of Friendship, Accelerated Battle, Miraculous Awakening, Powerful Comeback, Universe Survival Saga, Realm of Gods, which all could use the help. Some are definitely worse than others, but some really weak teams I just mentioned there. So definitely good categories that he's helping, and then also good teams he's just going to work well on. So UI Goku could have an absolutely crazy EZA. And then Evolution Blue Vegeta. Alright. On release, they kind of fumbled him. I mean, if you compare him to UI Goku, actually it's very similar to Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo, where UI Goku's kind of in the shoes of Orange Piccolo. Really good. Aged very amazing. Obviously, we don't know how Orange Piccolo is going to age over the next couple years, but you know what I mean. They're both aging very good. They were insane on release. Definitely the best unit when they first came out. And then the unit they released alongside, the other LR, I mean, they were good on release. For example, this Gohan can still be really good, like I said, but you could tell they definitely held back, especially when you compare the kits of both the units released. So, yeah, Evolution Blue Vegeta is in very similar shoes as Beast Gohan, but they've got a chance at redemption. I'm noticing this anniversary is more of a redemption anniversary. They can redeem what they did with Beast Gohan, and they can redeem this guy's kit as well. So it's very simple. Give him defense on super, bump his start of turn stats. I mean, obviously basic stuff. But then this right here. This is the one thing that everyone hates about this guy. So if you're not aware of Evolution Blue Vegeta's details or what he does, maybe you don't have him. Basically, he gets 10% damage reduction for free. I mean, look, I guess that's nice, but are we really going to go crazy about 10% damage reduction? No. Especially on a Dokkan Fest LR. Probably need that to go a little bit higher. His start of turn defense isn't that crazy, so 10% damage reduction isn't really acceptable, if I'm being completely honest. And then, you know, you got this, an extra 10% damage reduction with every attack received, up to 30%. Alright, still pretty low, but that's nice. He can get up to 40% damage reduction. But, yeah, it resets every turn. So you get the 40% damage reduction, great. The next turn, you get supered first thing, and you haven't taken a couple of attacks, you've only got 10%. Do you think, like, 200k defense and 10% damage reduction is gonna even get you tanking below, like, 500k in modern content? Hell no, you're gonna get obliterated. So, an easy fix, I would say make it 30% damage reduction just for free, And then if they really don't want to make it to where he keeps the damage reduction and it resets every turn, I mean, yeah, I guess you could probably just make this like 15% up to like 45%. So then in total, he's getting, what's 45 plus 30? Math. 75% damage reduction or something like that. I know that's kind of a weird number, but definitely increase his start of turn damage reduction. So then you at least have this to fall back on. So if you get supered first thing and you don't build up the damage reduction with receiving attacks, let's say you have to put him in slot 1 or whatever, then at least he'll have like 30, 40%. So I would say most definitely increase this, increase his stats, so then he can have more closer to like 400 or 500k defense start of turn, alongside some pretty solid damage reduction, and then give him the opportunity to build it up within the turn, so then he can get closer to like, I don't know, 60, 70% damage reduction with the crazy defense. And then he'll be on the level of UI Goku. But for now, yeah, I mean, he kind of sucks. I mean, he's got some good things in his kit. I'll say this, his active skill is probably better than UI Goku because it's an AoE. Obviously, that's always good. UI Goku's is not an AoE, just hits one enemy. But other than that, he's basically just UI Goku without the dodge. And of course, that's not that good because the main thing about UI Goku that makes him good is the fact that he's doing all these crazy things, and then he's got that crazy defense because he's got the 70% chance to dodge. And don't get me wrong, you know, Evolution Blue Vegeta's damage can look really impressive even now. But as we know, damage is not as important as defense. So when you've got a unit that's just not good defensively but able to do all this damage, it really doesn't matter. So if they can make up for it with his EZA, make up for his lack of defense, and then maybe increase his damage a little, I think he can be absolutely insane. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the 6-year anniversary LRs. Very good potential, but they got to do a lot, especially for this guy right here. And then finally, I want to talk about the free-to-play units. So I pulled up the 6-year anniversary specifically because I think they probably handled the free-to-play units the best out of any anniversary during the 6-year. So we got 2 free-to-play units. We got the Krillin in 18, and then the Tien and the Master Roshi, and then we got the LR Master Roshi. And I don't exaggerate when I say this, all 3 of them on release were very, very good. Like, kind of on the level of summonable units. Well, Krillin in 18, I mean, they were kind of just like a really good free-to-play unit, but like the Master Roshi and the Tien and the LR Master Roshi, they were on another level. They were really crazy. So comparing the way they did free-to-play units during the 6-year anniversary to the 7th and 8th year, it's a little disappointing, especially when you think about the 8th year. They got rid of a free-to-play unit. It's just one free-to-play TUR and then an LR. So thinking about that, I really hope going into the 9th year anniversary, they take some of the criticism from the 8th and 7th year anniversary, which one of the big ones was free-to-play units, and they kind of fix upon that a little. Like I said, 9th year anniversary, it's the anniversary of redemption. They can redeem Beast Gohan, they can redeem Evolution Blue Vegeta, and they can redeem the free-to-play units because, look, all I'm saying, the past couple years, for anniversary, them free-to-play units have been rough. I mean, what, there was the Goku and the Chi-Chi, and then the Vegeta and the Bulma. I mean, they just sucked, right? Not really getting around that. I know the Goku and Chi-Chi had that active skill, but still, overall, they both sucked. There was the LR, the Gohan, Trunks, and Goten. They just kind of sucked. And then what? For 8th year, we had Babidi, who had potential to be really good. There's that standby into Majin Vegeta. I really like the concept of that, but he sucks. Have you guys ever used him? No, you haven't, because he sucks, right? He aged horribly. And then I think there was the... Was it the physical Hercule? I mean, here, we could pull him up. Yeah, I guess we can pull up the Babidi, and then through him we can get to the Hercule because he's on Majin Buu Saga. But yeah, dude, both the free-to-play units for the 8th year anniversary were really, really bad. I think the Hercule has like a high chance to revive or something like that, which of course pissed a lot of people off when that first came out, because a high chance to revive, I mean, what are you going to do with that? Yeah, this guy right here, I mean, he's a decent support, but other than that, he's got nothing going on for him. And then the standby into Majin Vegeta, he's just not good enough. Like, he's horrible defensively, and the damage... I mean, it's not really that crazy. So, yeah, his release was really bad. And then the physical Hercule, where is he? I kind of forgot this guy existed, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm kind of curious what he does. So this guy massively raises defense for 1 turn. You know what? For a free-to-play unit, that's not a bad super attack effect. 200% defense start of turn. 150% to attack on super. He's got some restrictions to World Tournament. Of course, that's not good because that category... I mean, it's not bad. There's a lot of the, you know, the World Tournament Goku, the World Tournament Piccolo, but you're not running them alongside this guy. Yeah, high chance of reviving with 50% recovered HP. when the character's KO'd. Starting from the 6th turn, dude, the restrictions to this revive are crazy. It's a high chance, and it's from turn 6 and onward, and you're only coming back with 50% HP. No. No, dude, at least make the revive somewhat useful. You have to go out of your way to get it because, I mean, all these restrictions, you're intentionally trying to get it if you end up getting it activated, and only 50% HP. I mean, it's nice a free-to-play unit has a revive, but just no, dude. Again, these free-to-play units need to be good. I don't know what specifically they could do. I don't know what specifically the free-to-play units could even be. I mean, I guess stuff from Superhero would make the most sense. I'd say leave the EZAs to, like, movies and stuff like that, so it fits the movies theme or the superheroes theme, whatever. And then the free-to-play units can be the superhero stuff, because you can't EZA anyone from the superhero movie because, I mean, the oldest units we have from that movie are the Gammas, and they're still really good. So the EZAs, leave that to just kind of like the movie heroes theme or the superheroes theme, or if we get a UI Goku, EZA some of the tournament of power units. And then the free-to-play units can be from the superhero movie to give some more representation towards that. So I guess that pretty much has been the video. Let me know what you're looking forward to with the 9th year anniversary the most and what you want to see the most, because I guess, again, nothing is confirmed. Yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one.